kind of credit, and your boss is a criminal. You're going to send him to mom. Yeah, one kind of credit, no free. What I say? On kind of credit, credit will be on kind of credit, on kind of credit. It's the motion of boss. What I say? And I tell my, what do you mean? I drink? Yay.
I don't know, Yanni. Kennedy Agyapong,
Ghana will be on kind of credit panic in Japan. And winning film. Why tell my on kind of credit? Na party. Na party. Party in your why?
And a semo. Hey, asemwaba. Honorable Kennedy Agyapong. I say the send your more church no was so free NPP. Unia Rafa Japan abekasa. Na phobia man so asem a walker. Phobia man na asem a walker ne say Kennedy Agyapong is a liar. MPP for Mumpamono. Kennedy Agyapong is a liar. MPP for Mumpamono. It is MPP for so on Bepam Kennedy Agyapong diak. Phobia man says yes. The more can ye nyina ya jutum, he is a liar. Mumpamono sisia no onko. Into the yenkonko tie asemo a phobia man. Any one MPP chairman baako enkoma no omudi. Eno nti phobia man ekogitum sampa. Kennedy Agyapong oye liar. Mumpamono. Na yiwia ya kwa kutie the MPP ni baba konsoso kaye edifa Kennedy Agyapong ho. Na asemo amaka no bese be 10 days ni de dabia meka ne se MPP fo mo ayere mo ho ana mo ton Kennedy Agyapong ni nyina ne se ba omia wakasa enkodwum wakasa enuru be bia na Kennedy Agyapong eka baako a eti said ye ba omia de emfie be miensa akasa yente hwe na no na culture de born ne nwom wose Rastaman throw one stone yenko tie enkomo no yewia ye de aka ebeto aso
me baby I'm general baby I'm I can say on authority. And you ever to see I am paid for every day. Me papa na me nansa. Me go bebre, your friend, your opportunity, investment body, bebre. And is that what I'm going to we need to move your body. Other, maybe and the what's in the meeting what that's the moment.
What can you Japan na ma? And ko bebre ti be frɛ wona bo kai e pacha wachiri.
Me na me ka tiro me see. Mbel me body me see. Say onya butie na yan kasem ko aba.
Dabio. Tell me problem is penikro na. Wa Africa de Japan se onya butere no. Adentre penikro no. Enkura no ye bibi wa bonten a ontimi abonten me stop say munyai. Ontimi kasa. That's it. Aden bibi no. Is bibi eduada. Aden na musura de sa. Aden na esi bibi form. He say musura de. Ah?
Phobia mema.
Yey.
Unji bisrawo edu bisawo. MPP anyama bi enkoyi. Ba be jidi se nge nya enya butre atoto kalabuo. It can't wait because and I'm the only man.
Tell me that Casabiti, you remember Casa.
Because let me feel that all engineers said trauma, a big Kennedy and you and young to telephone. No. But I know we are some to tell no what's it. A political party, a reduced one. We back with him, not only Nipa here, but Kennedy or a grassroots. Come for the pedasm. The handle at the way you see your problems at the whole color. Or the dominant. Do me a
what? Jacka Kennedy Onidom. What can Kennedy Odoma? Onidom. Tell me, Jacka. Kennedy.
Anya na uzi.
Oh.
Anya na uzi o dom na.
Oh, Chairman Kennedy woni dom. Enti mo pam na asundwem. Cool. Woni dom. Why?
Is that uzi?
Chairman Kennedy. Mejo so Chairman Kennedy Agyapong woni dom. Obi obeka so no bi e ro twantro. Enti mo ma no nkɔ asundwem. Ono nkwa oya ankonam. Onko tene ba bi din. Woni dom. Bacha to aso.
Enti na mi kan say yenyi ndumpozo ni doma. Dudu awaya ma omangana, dudu awaya ma MPP. Yenyari entwi na bo so so ana. Dara ukana.
Mo ntwe na bo so. Mo ntwe no. Mo ntwe no. Mo ntwe na bo so. Kennedy Agyapong nka no kure. Mo ntwe na bo so. Why?
I didn't know obesi entwi na bo so.
So obi on nka no kure de. Enya bo so na ese etwe no. Ye bo na se nuam. Timumom. Ye won nka no kure. No mfirim. What I say? On can kure. Kennedy will be on can kure. On can kure. Enti mo twe na bo so. What I say? Ana chamai. Oni me nyadwen. Yey.
How dem no nyani. Kennedy oye ni gwadie ni. Me no nyadwen.
Ghana de obi on can kure pa ni Kennedy Agyapong. Enti mo nyini mfirim. Why chamai? On can kure. Na pa.
Ona o kana sana go.
Na party party ni nyina sumdwie. Why?
Na me wona o kana sana obi yo.
Sanity mo samuso won kan kore. Etie nyina be fuam na ma pam no firim. Why?
Phobia.
Yey.
Ye ba Kennedy. Ni ko mi endo e kan ko wa. An to so ba ko be so mi. Nje o de mi no nya dwi da mi nyitum. Say on can grab into the only say amanya so my boss sabi obi ape kwasani nedika Kennedy is near and then I want for one problem so because on can grab you look all right I think I said that way
Tell me what's right
obi remember
tell me
Ezi wono edwase minzase mingase mbitu asu bufi la de so ra from back door back and right why
tell me feel like so me frɛ back off
line I am from na governor omo ye mabudi ni bi acho
tell me but me go for so buso asem kakra why
Hey, no.
I was a formunium. Obi at 30 seconds. We are fast now. Chairman. Kasa, Chairman to you. This will be Chairman to you.
Chairman, me person me miss a question me. Yeah, no mame.
Yo.
Me see. To whom MPP is giving integrity, truth, and honesty has been taken from that person. But to whom MPP is taking, the base has been given to that person. Truth, honesty, and discipline will be the person's portion all the days of his life. Unim Sadia Nana. Ghana for na account. What is our no?
Una. Watch my job, Mrs. But never Kennedy Agyapong. And never Ugaina. That is his trademark, it's all mark. Meaning Nantia Remuta no credit. Pray on any part, maybe I want but only to send us 8.5/10 anymore. And for me, I believe that maybe all common and look at company. And never pay you. It's a yes and a no answer. This will be. Me ba choma ni wie be pacha ni die kwaso. Chama twaso. Ndi David can say iye papa Kennedy. Iye ba na sem fi no ho. Na ye de ni iye susu diama simemfo a le se gano so beboa. Na ye se papa we enu kwedie ni me se kan etwa. Ndi bi so bi iye David can say iye papa Kennedy wa enu kwedie ni nyebu a o komu ni enu kwedie na ama ebia or above for edge numbers.
All right, chairman, that's it. And Nana one TV. Get you, of course, your name. Okay, money as a money. Get you. Question. Okay, that's it. Chairman, what it? Get you.
Mama, you already I'm intending to my question.
Money.
Chairman, say,
Yeah.
Chairman, maybe they said,
Yeah.
before say, Honorable Kennedy Agyapong, and Ukraine or Kra Yenintino, why anti-party, and Yenin free party. And me Busa Chairman, I say, MPP Chairman. Na mom pano kurenti monso moye anti-Ghana na.
Okay.
MPP no go kase. Ena enipa mienu ese bi achira o mawe. Why na si udi kai wo court anu edi bi pare edi bi. Why na kai? Ezi o omi bi be mi tie de neck di beba. Eni nyina so di beba. Afida mi obi kan me so meka. Negri di obi abeka no agi no si yo obehwem ndi ehwem go de beba mi enya botre mi mari nyina ye petitioners azam na uki negri kan se Kennedy anti no ahwe petitioners ndi ye jeri neck for deba na de ento so.
All right, chairman, that's ya korana na you.
Okay, chairman, me pacho mi tie unkoma Udi honorable Huadansi se okano kra ye enipa wo Ghana omukano kra obeto so wani.
Hello Nana
Odafo yenko tie nsem wo ye maame Francis Siam wakaye edifa Kennedy Agyapong ho. Anyhow disrespectful she was towards Kodua MPP General Secretary no yenko nkotie nsem wakaye. Na saa maame kura wono so wose yenye ne dan a wodi Kennedy Agyapong na aba abeto apaso a onso ohoro no na munyina no kakra befa munyina mo ho minim who she is dear but minim se no owo NDC no woko NDC na odi dwane ya odi mirika de ba MPP mu na sa wo aba beto obi wo MPP mu a wo gina ho nese yempam no unim contributions a Kennedy Agyapong wa making no MPP mu yenko tie di ono so wote wa ono so wo keka ne to papa so ono so to papa so
we are chasing Kennedy Agyapong because of what he said, right? What is the strategy around that thing? Kodua has been told to write a letter to say the author of Frimpong Boateng no man. I didn't see that Kennedy there, Honorable Kennedy there, on me entry letter.
Do you know for a fact, sir, he's been told to write a letter to
I know it's on authority.
So who told
he has been told to write inviting the elders and Kennedy. That's the appropriate structure and Kennedy. Now and start a process. Because even the ground is clamoring
there
for.
Must be a
there must be a procedure.
Okay.
Because Obiko Court now, did you go through the procedures? Some people have petitioned at national, so I hear. Kodua supporters and Kasa Bonnie Chidoma, they call 87 or person or Sunday and call down. Up to today, they've been asking Kodua to come out. He's refusing to come out.
So do you think you are assuming say he doesn't have the balls?
No, my point is that Kennedy saw best Philly beans, Eden beans, Ebiana beans. They became binum.
Usu be kawana.
Me say Ebiana became binum. I don't know as a fact. Maybe into one sir. One who to momoni for no na ejama for no to momoni so for because parliament acquire the Juma minority. Whether it's health committee or whatever it is, intelligence, security and intelligence. Wama kwaya o mejuma, ejuma na wama kwaya no. Minta Kando did the same thing. when we're in power. It took Hopes in Adoye, Minia Hopes in Adoye, Yauvi, to move to the site with pressmen over Kaya to show that the Aminta Kandonum Koye and Yano Kore. Kudos Hopson and the we are there. But when we did the same thing, right? Now one of our own comes to criticize her. Let's just say it's misconduct against the party because all the available evidence, any journalist call TV ni fridge near me sisi ademu for doctors bungalows no which will say nyagro. The place is almost set. And in the last I think is it Enyo Mani Boama who said the place was 97% complete.
The finance minister.
Sorry. May you rest in peace. And I say 97 or 98% complete. Meaning say it invalidates what you near a compare kwa Agyapong kai. Speaker Meboa. So that settles that matter. And thereby our communication strategy is what? To expose the lies that the former MP for Asin.
Should you not rather blame the communication directorate
and then
as against blaming the general secretary?
The communication directorate is under the general secretary.
Okay.
Excuse me. And to what I say their communication directorate now Obin Suti Dr. Baumia officer all my honya effective no. Wo general secretary say Richard, please immediate. Or no Mampua, who as a day-to-day running of the for you are in charge of day-to-day running of the secretariat. Could you believe say who are my instruction? Say nipa me manya medjuma. Say general secretary kasabana. This time you know me who we even say mo friend me last minute describe me the America abano. Ebiom I wouldn't go after Honorable Kennedy Agyapong. It is for the process to be activated at the national level. Even my petition. Dr. Frimpong Boateng said be enya could be afeno. That man say me heart here woman Nada Roma. Now what can be bina is anti-party conductor. What the ba what say what the about what petition national council so what the about what run a letter? Was that the way to go? I will say you've cautioned him. No. There's a disciplinary committee. Let that committee do its work. And I'm a boy. What you brought yet? Who got to tree? Once I brought yet any honorable Ken war in contention banter. I'm not siding with anybody here. Should the general secretary go and sit at Netru to say Sabronya you need a free party no more or no obey free more? Meanwhile you are still sitting there. Ebiom Kodria incapacity, the lack of competence, only track record. General 87. What is Kodria's track record in this party? Then tin on Timmy country honorable Kennedy Agyapong. Eno Chantro, Wakikam champion in Phobia say, as I said, Chairman Bute, and a Okoli, your friend saying, Ken Asemno, like he should open up or activate it at national or whatever because furthermore, a yena down for no. Me wakodwa Chairman Bute no yenim ne nyane central region he's had successes for us. Me wa Chairman Bute does not write letters to people. It is through you. Haven't you been told? Haven't you been told to initiate a letter and some invitations so that you can feel someone na a disciplinary committee because even Yenua Kwabena Agyapong, competent as he was not before the your friend said disciplinary committee. When it was time, it was felt that only Chairman Afoko, maybe their continuous stay will be inimical to the chances of the party. Nyame penenim.
Yes. We no TC General Secretary no so part 1 any.
Ebiom Kodria incapacity, the lack of competence, only track record. General 87. What is Kodria's track record in this party? They don't me country honorable Kennedy Agyapong. Eno Chantro, Wakikam champion in Phobia say, as I said, Chairman Bute, and a Okoli, your friend saying, Ken Asemno, like he should open up or activate it at national or whatever because furthermore, a yena down for no. Me wakodwa Chairman Bute no. Yenim ne nyane central region. He's had successes for us. Meanwhile, Chairman Bute does not write letters to people. It is through you. Haven't you been told? Haven't you been told to initiate a letter and some invitations so that you can feel someone na a disciplinary committee? Because even Kennedy Agyapong, competent as he was not before the your friends said disciplinary committee. When it was time, it was felt that only Chairman Afoko, maybe their continuous stay will be inimical to the chances of the party. The party at the national level, I'm talking of council, make a national council, they swung into action. Who is Justin Frincom Kodia compared to competent secretaries, Honorable your friend said Damboche? Me quite chilly because I need a woman and kokora, like the fast zone. One year, say, boom babies. Into one BM's a woman year at 84. What shall ye me? Everybody can attest to in this country. What shall even Yenya or him in tow? A cropon this year. Obia will attest. Say Kakrampo Otimi Yebi. What shall Sir John? Sir John, me sorry, me too chairman. It didn't appear when I got up on the screen. Sir John, me see me too chairman. Somebody should screen me standing up. Now we share John Buedu. We share all the general secretaries are Obia Yenidi.
Is he so far the West General Secretary?
The West in this country. Because if you look at NDC, if you look at Fifi Kwete, Asedun Katia, Honorable Asedun Katia, Honorable Fifi Kwete, so we have a parliament. Honorable Hudu Yaya. People I have worked with when I was on
that not just within the MPP, but in the NDC too, come General Secretary.
The whole Ghana. Whether for Franto, whether the Beso, whether your friend is a DFU. DFU Bizarre was the General Secretary, and then he's in Parliament. That party, I was the only person who came out to MPP. All of them went back to NDC. This will show you my principled nature and show you my loyalty to the MPP.
Yes. Part 2 on still on Justin Kodia Frimpong so any.
Center cannot hold in no. J1 Kasao Chem is specifically what you're targeting at the center.
Now we after my presidential primaries, most koye polling station elections. Yatini SU. Now you cry them flag bearer. I could be much da Africa consuls in penny for and no much heading common. Young Cotiswa, Martin Kennedy Agyapong, the abbot to me. Everyone say even next year, June, dear, as a nearby criminal, a chair MPP. No. Clearly, it tells you as if there is no leadership, there is no direction.
Nana, Wakasa is a concern of many people. I'm saying, so my monitor, a year, Kennedy Agyapong. Ninsema waka na mijidi say efisem de yanka na bonten. Now in this case, you know, when the center cannot hold, you know, anything happens and can form the kaya say botry kabu bahie kolofan butuomi until se kwan ba ho a Abobia and that time I tell no Abobia to me vrem
into kwan ben na aba ho na ye na kwan down
say our structure is weak.
The MPP structure is weak.
Dr. Mahamadou Bawumia just flashback come in what 2023 election na ye koye no. The flag bearer was sitting on a weak vehicle and a weak horse.
So the party has been weakened from that time.
The party na ye weak no. Every Justin Frimpong Kodia,
General Secretary
Abreso, you know, political parties will go through cycles, ups and downs, collective responsibility. Yajitum. Now, what should Justin Frimpong Kodia mamuya? And then maybe a Kennedy Agyapong so Honorable Sabi, or no, it's better say Osibono Obefe ni Seattle, and then just an local palace because ono akase. A, B, C, D, T, whether rightfully or wrongly, you say na meye. Then your strategy. Your strategy is say sorry day and night. Keno. Meanwhile, there's a government in power. Cocoa issues were excuse me. Cocoa issues were anameboa. Afarefo, one year research what is happening. Close season, open season, nine idea. Yadi boy yesobo. What is the strategy of the party? Your general secretary, who is in charge of day-to-day administration. So you are the center. And if the center cannot hold now, then everything becomes haywire.
Who's say Justin Frimpong could be an man a party
on any problem of this party
or a weak leader?
They say any weakness of him no. Now the leadership no, it's not befitting of MPP. One, Justin Kodriabaye, Yenya Afafranto, Anameboa. The party was given to him from seats of 137. What the mami Yenya Afafranto, Alan Chermantino break away. What happened? He shouldn't be attributing it to us because Sabi, Yatu Abama, Wako, Anameboa. We listen to Justin Frimpong Kodria. Or say 137 no and yet no dear or your 3-star general into the year breaking the 8s. Meanwhile no we heard him at say Independence Square Crash Sports Stadium. I mean I hope Simicha me bodia kasem I hope Sinadoye who was like his operations director. Now you share Yenya titles Glover na wo pre national organizer na wo mo stands mu other media stands mu wo ho a good than executive animation so on the head 137 into no the ensem fata
and they would mobile less than 90
and enya wo na wo beka party anim or the abedu 87 Martin Yinda honorable Michiao I salute you enya Martin Yinda and resilience of Pandai people, MPP, Phonic Pandai Township, traditional rulers in general. Kasi Sabriko do a general 86.
Akwatia or general 87.
No, Edabi Nanka obey 86 or 87. Because Akwatia by election, which is more suited to us, even though we know it's a toss-up seat, no. Yakoba election and Akwatia, Akwatia, the by-election, your corporate seats, Wakutia, who remember Baba Jamal, no more time. So, 6 seats, we are I think Jamal should have been in contention there with Dr. Asari.
Dr. Asari was Dr. Asari.
We won. We were pelted. What was 6 seats there? You Janifria Kwatia, young Humoja. This honorable chairman so be a character papai. Be chairman meritas over here no pay me a penny. And easy. Kodia no here then. Meanwhile, no. What ba from regional youth organizer? What be see you your friend Hossein? NYEP National Youth Employment Program was a then. Right? Kodia with a little experience you know. I say you're a baby in politics, you're a toddler and you're crawling. Made it to platform so, Siga platform so. Edward Button can say, me apologize. That's the then Siga chairman to Kodria because made it to so say, this guy doesn't have the capacity and competence to be general secretary of MPP.
So clearly you've been against Kodria from day one.
Not against, but I predicted. I looked into the crystal ball. And I can't say, yeah, the Kodriaba party, we are heading down the abyss. And it happened. It came to pass.
Na yɛnhwɛ baby MPP say I don't know. Mpanimfo ɛwɔ mu, atitire ɛwɔ mu, akasifo ɛwɔ mu wɔn betumi akasa nyinaa. MPP for pam wɔn. So we share neck meeting. Ɛno aseɛ yɛse Ken must go. Ɛmɛ no kodane ntokwa. Na eno na RTV for speaker omo morning show omo ye okoka se Kennedy Agyapong crofo ne omo anu omo ye demonstration ne kokon speaker entisa Kennedy Agyapong crofo MPP for security for anu omo wo ho amanfo kra che se afenyo marking security ɛna ne nkrɔfoɔ no kɔkɔ yɛnyɛ Kennedy Agyapong na Kennedy Agyapong no wɔn woni hɔ ɛyɛ dan na n'akyidifoɔ nso kɔ hɔ Kennedy Agyapong akyidifoɔ biara ni hɔ a wɔkɔ hɔ it is speaker sɛ wote saa nkɔmmɔ yi a mesrɛw next time yɛ ɛyi na no ayɛ fɛ fact check my because ɛnyɛ Kennedy Agyapong nkrɔfoɔ na kɔkɔ yɛ na aboro nso te hɔ no mo no nso keka deɛ ɔyɛ ne de no nti na nyɛ Kennedy Agyapong nkrɔfoɔ na emom no wɔn kɔ hɔ no ɛyɛ MPP foɔ ɛne MPP security ɛna ne nkrɔfoɔ no ɛkɔ yɛ yo yɛnto ankɔmɔ no so yɛnkotie deɛ maame no nso so ɔno nso te hɔ a ɔno nso wɔkeka fa yɛwura ɛne yɛ papa Kennedy Agyapong.
Look for me, you're a big man, so anywhere you go, anytime I do an interview for Maru, everybody, hey, your interview with Maru. I do plenty interviews. Why is it that the only one I do with Maru is the one everybody remembers?
Maybe because I like you, so I treat you nicely.
No, just because you're a big man. If I do, every week I'm on TV, every week I'm on this radio or that radio, but the only one that everybody will see me and remember is your interview you did it for Maru. When are you doing interview for Maru? I'm like, what is Maru again?
Okay.
You're a big man. You've done well for yourself, which is good.
Thank you. Today's interview will be very good.
I hope so.
There's one question I asked you during the last interview, which you reminded me of today. I have to just ask you. So this one is a follow-up question. Mr. Kojo Nsafo-Apoko.
Yes.
You want to be flag bearer of the MPP and by extension, president of Ghana. Mm-hmm. How many languages can you speak? How many Ghanaian languages?
Guys, you know this thing, my friend from OT called me. It was, but you go to this interview and the only thing the man can ask you, how many languages do you speak? I speak only 2 perfectly. Mm-hmm. English and Chi. And my Fanti, I really, is Fanti a language? Because I think Fanti is a derivative. Hey, so if Fanti is a language, then I speak a bit of Fanti.
Fanti is a serious language.
Okay, so I always see it as a derivative of the.
If you want to say Akan
language, Akan, yes. So Chi, English, and then a bit of Fanti. And my Ga is Toyota.
Not Toyota. You just said
Toyota.
Yeah. You should try and speak, learn a few more languages. I can teach you. I speak.
I think I'm not that good with learning languages. I wanted to learn Igbo.
Okay.
I have my very good friend is from Imbise in the Imo State.
Okay.
And I've been going to that area for the past 24 years.
Wow.
And I go to funerals. I'm more like an adopted son of Imo State, of the Imbise land. And whenever I go to Imbise, they speak the Igbo. Mm-hmm. And I've been trying to at least pick a few things from that. And I still don't remember. Whilst I'm there, they'll teach me, I remember. I leave and go back, I don't remember.
Mbano. That's
my brother, please, I would not remember. Please, let's not.
No problem. Let's talk about you. How have you been doing though after? What have you been doing after? Is it that you stopped doing the politics or you do the politics?
How did you say I stopped doing politics? My brother, and let me take this opportunity to greet my brother, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, and the leader of the MPP. After the 2023 run, I did not make it through the super delegate. I declared my support for Doctor, and it's been a very good relationship since that. Supported him heavily during the election.
Okay.
I think I did about the 276 constituencies. I did a little bit over 210 with him.
Wow.
210 constituencies with Doctor.
I think he gave you some appointment.
No, I was the chairman of the manifesto committee. I was the chairman of manifesto committee, and then after the chairman of manifesto, like I said, some of us tried as much as we can to give him the moral support, and like I said, we did quite a number of the constituencies with him, but it didn't go the way we wanted. But immediately after, I sat with him and said, look, if he wants to contest again, we will support him. And I supported him for the 31st January 2026 election. And God willing, we did a lot of good work and hard work. And Doctor is now our flag bearer. So look, I've been on, at least I do the communication now a bit more effectively.
Okay.
Before I wasn't doing as much, but now I've said to myself, look, it's all hands on deck, right? So I'm doing at least 2-3 times a week. Communication.
Media. Do you think the MPP is attractive to the Ghanaian today? The anger from 2024, are you sure the anger is gone?
You see, when I always use this analogy. when there's a beautiful girl that is in a marriage, and there is another man who comes in and bring this car rental and say all these nice things to the girl. Meanwhile, the relationship that she's in, she thinks that the current man is not doing much. But meanwhile, the current guy has a car. It's not a rental. It's not as new. But there's a new man who has a rental and telling you all these things that he would do. Then you leave the man who has his own car. It's not a new car, but he moves up and down.
Go and join the rental.
And then you go and join the guy who gave you all the promises, and you find out that after the first 1 year, the car he had, the Land Cruiser brand new, was a rental, and the rental car has come back for it. Then you realize that now everything he told you he would do was a lie. You gradually start looking at,
such as telling you that he'll reduce
the guy. Then you now start looking at Mireda da Sambe Wami. So the old guy now start looking attractive.
So the lies he tells you include the fact that he said he'll reduce fuel prices. He told you that he reduced the exchange rate. He has done that. He told you there will be stability of prices of food on the market. He has done that for you.
Those are not the lies. The lies that Ghanaian, the lies that he told, the lies that he told was that he will give 3 shifts, 3 jobs to 1 position.
He's doing it.
There's no such thing, bro. There is no such thing. Look, don't let anybody listen. There are places that are running 24 hours, but no 3. Look, for you to do 3 shifts for 1 job, it means that your payroll would have tripled.
Okay.
The staff capacity of all these institutions that you are mentioning are doing 24 hours. The staff capacity has not tripled. What the NDC promised that boyfriend in the rental car, what he promised the girl was that I would 1 job, 3 people will come to work. 1 will come 8 hours, other one will come 8 hours, other will come 8 hours. So if you are home and you don't have a job, be guaranteed that 133 will get you a job. That's not what is happening.
Okay.
Yes, they are doing the 24-hour services, but the staff capacity has not tripled. And that's a lie. Anybody can challenge. We can go and look at the staff strength.
But people are not doing 24 hours at the workplace. Definitely, people are taking. I
know of only one. It is not about people doing 20.
So I only know of one place.
Yes.
The DVLA Adenta. They do 24 hours.
Yes.
I have gone there around 6 p.m. or 8 p.m. I've seen people closing and going home, while I've seen new people coming in, and they spend the night there. So I don't know of other places, but this one.
But then what I'm saying to you is that yes, your testimony is seeing the place open for 24 hours.
Not seeing the place open, seeing people come.
Well, but what I can assure you,
because you said that they're not recruited. I'm saying that
they've not. What I can show you that we can do RTI. If you want us to, we can do RTI and go and ask them if they triple their staff number. If not,
okay.
The point I'm making is that for you to run a place 24 hours, it's not about building 24-hour market. What you promised the youth of this country is that there were going to be 1 job, 3 people are going to work at that job. So 3 shifts. That has not happened. So that is a lie in the rented Land Cruiser. The next one is all the things about you're talking about the economy. Which economy? What you promise? What you promise is the cost of living.
Yes.
You think the cost of living is down?
Yes.
How?
How do you measure it?
By the cost of things on the market, my brother.
Yeah,
what do you buy that's reduced? Tell me one thing that you buy.
In fact, a gallon of oil.
Gallon of which oil? Which of the oils?
Cooking oil.
Which of the cooking oils do you buy? Do you buy your cooking oil from the market, or you buy it from where do you buy your cooking oil?
I buy from a supermart.
Supermart.
Yes.
And what was it before?
When you were in power,
what was it before?
They removed the price tag because they said
what was it before?
To keep. I am telling you.
What was it before?
But let me give you the story.
Oh God.
It was around 500 cedis plus. Now it's around 240 or something.
The same oil.
Yeah, same gallon.
The same oil. I think it was 500 cedis before.
4.5 liters or so.
Okay.
I think it's sunflower oil, one of those ones.
Do you know something that's happening?
No, wait. Then petrol, the one you put in your car before coming here.
Yes.
When you were buying, I'm sure you were smiling at 240.
No, it's not true. Do you know fuel price now? You know fuel price now? Fuel price now until this last window was more expensive than January 2025. Yes. The price in this window, leave this window out, right? Even the 1 cedi that we don't know whether they brought the 1 cedi back. But the beginning of June, the pump prices were higher than they were when we left power.
Because of global market issues.
Now, when it was ours, what was the reason?
Mismanagement.
Oh, please. But when we talked about Russia, Ukraine, nobody want to worry. We're talking about global issues. What's the global issue?
You were tiring us with.
Well, it doesn't matter, but that's the same thing you're talking about now.
You had underlying issues.
Brother, you see, let's listen. If you are telling me that dollar was high, right?
And dollar has come
down. Hold on. If you are telling me dollar was high, and whenever dollar comes down, there's pros and cons to it. You know that, right?
Yes.
You know the majority of the losses at Bank of Ghana was also attributed to the lower dollar price. You know that the lower dollar to the city.
Yes, I've heard that.
Because when you now have assets that sit outside, because you've now artificially set your city low, your city high, and the dollar low, it affects. It's artificial.
How is it artificial?
Omaru, let me ask you something. Why is it that every day the city depreciates by 0.1? Why? Every day. And then when it gets to 11 point, or they were doing it when it was at 10, right? Every day, let's put a bet on this. Look at the Bank of Ghana thing they put on Twitter every day. Every day, the city would depreciate by 0.1.
What's your point? My
point is that there is no stability, because every day, if there's stability, it shouldn't move. When it was at 10 and they were hold on. When they were artificially keeping it at 10, it would depreciate by 0.1 every day. When it gets to 0.9, they will bring it back to 10.3, the artificial price they wanted. It happened last week. CD went to 11.9. Then overnight, it came to 11.04. Today, do you know where it is? 11.2.
But if it was possible to manipulate it artificially, how come you didn't?
We didn't want to do anything artificial.
You said no. You said you were going to arrest the thing and
no, but because you see, yes,
the thing went past.
Well, that's fine. But
so
you see,
if it's doable, at least the fact that they are even able to do it.
Okay, so in some jurisdiction, you can actually depreciate your currency to fund your economy.
Yes, there's deliberate. Yes, that is done.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, the problem the NDC has today.
Been told that
no. But what I'm trying to tell you is that
of liquidity.
Well, that's fine.
And gold is treating us well.
No, gold is not.
They are managing our gold very well for us.
Omaru, let me tell you something. Do you know last 2 weeks? You are well read. You know that, right? Do you know this government, Atoforsen, has not been able to borrow up to 24 billion? You are aware. The report came out 2 weeks ago. He's basically not been able to borrow 24 billion. His whole entire revenue, the collections that he's collecting, he has a shortfall. You are aware of that, right? And you're aware that his budget for the first quarter of the year, he's shy of it because he's not been able to borrow 24 billion. Do you know why?
No.
Okay. Do you know that nobody, the banks, private investors, they don't want to buy the government T-bills?
Why?
Do you know why? Because the government has come in again, forced it artificially to 5%. So the government was just taking the lower bits at 5%, ignoring the higher bits. So the government said, I'll only take 5% on the T-bills. Do you know how much Bank of Ghana do T-bills for?
No.
12%.
They said that
when the Bank of Ghana buys T-bills for 12% and they have the money, do you know what they do with the money? They buy government T-bills at 5%. The 7% Bank of Ghana is now absorbing that losses. You are aware of that, right? So the most important thing is that we have a government that is colluding with Bank of Ghana to create losses just because Atoforsen can fund his budget. If not, Atoforsen can't fund his budget.
I don't like your use of the word collusion.
But that's what that
connotes criminal intent.
No, but it's not okay. So maybe let me draw the word collusion.
I'm happy you have colluded.
That's fine.
You have colluded to collude.
That's fine. But you understand that it's very, very problematic when the Bank of Ghana is buying T-bills at 12% and using that same money to now buy the bonds of the government at 5% with a 7% loss to the Bank of Ghana. Do you know what is a problem?
Do you know what I understand? What I know is a problem? When the wind blows so hard, the anus of the chicken is revealed. If this government was really engaging in cosmetics and artificial things like you're saying, by now we should have all been crying.
It's not you won't be crying. No, you won't be crying.
So,
you say Asantika says who do the refuse Roba and question that check.
But
that's fine, but it's on his way. But you saw the negativity.
You are crying wolf.
No, but hold on, Amori. I think you can call all your people in the media that I Agyapong, I'm the oracle of this space. Everything I have said has come to pass. I'm the first person to cry that we're going to have a problem with the cocoa market. I was the first person to say that the government will have no option.
Hold on. If you're an oracle, how can you never predicted that there was going to be a haircut against Ghanaians by your government?
Okay, so
have you watched life? Did you see a chief?
Have you watched my videos, Omaru? Have you watched my video?
Did you see a chief?
No, have you watched my videos?
Do
you watch my videos?
No.
I was 100% against those borrowing from Ken Ofori-Atta because again, it was like a template that he's using. You cannot borrow. When Ken Ofori-Atta introduced e-levy, there were 7 people that went into his office to have a meeting with him. I was one of them.
You said he should not withdraw it.
We didn't say we should withdraw it, but we said that at least he should do the 1%. Right?
So reduce it.
Reduce the percentage and be able to raise the requisite money he needed. Because if you do not, the hole in your budget. I criticized the hole in Ken Ofori-Atta.
Did you tell him that demolishing the toll booths was a very bad idea?
But the toll booth was not necessary. We all knew it was not necessary.
No, I mean collapsing.
Omaru, what I'm saying to you, go watch my videos on my criticism of Ken Ofori-Atta.
Let me ask you.
I criticized Ken Ofori-Atta on his budget and his expenditures.
Do you think Ken was an incompetent finance minister?
No, he was not an incompetent finance minister. You see, we make choices, and when you make a choice, it will have its eventuality.
And that
some of us who are observers and spectators can tell you that this exercise that you are doing, this is the eventuality. You either listen or you don't listen, right? Ken had his way. Ken was a finance minister. He felt strongly about certain things that he was doing. I won't call it incompetent. He did it the way he knows best.
So how did the economy land in a ditch?
Economy landed in a ditch with the same excuse that you just gave for these people. External shocks. The COVID was a big problem. Look, the first time that the world economy shut down, the first time that right after that, we had Russia and Ukraine. And everybody thought that we've used that word too much. But today, the NDC is using the Israel-Iran war.
But NDC hasn't imposed an Israel-Iranian tax.
Haven't you seen? Hold on. Omari, okay, so I keep telling you that I'm Oracle, right? You know, I keep telling I'm Oracle.
Why are you calling me Mario?
Omaru. Omaru Sanda.
Or say Sanda.
Say Sanda. Omaru Sanda. Let me make a prediction on your show.
Yes.
In 2027 budget, Atuforsin will have 2 options. Things he said he will not do. He said he will not go to the international market to borrow. Atuforsin will have no option to go to the international market to borrow. Market on the wall. Atuforsin will have no option but to raise taxes in 2027. Do you know why? Because he has 15. Hold on.
On the first part.
Hold on. Let me land on my statement, and you can ask the question.
On the first part of the borrowing international market. At least he can go and borrow at your time.
No. That's not the point. The point I'm trying to say is that he's saying that he
not even allowed to borrow.
Hold on. He is saying that the economy is so good. He's saying that the economy is so good that he doesn't have to go to international market to borrow.
Yes.
He's on record for that. I'm saying that 2 things Atuforsin will have to do. Atuforsin will have no option but to go on the international market to borrow for 2027, and will have no option but to introduce new taxes. Let me tell you why. Atuforsin needs $15.3 billion next year. Where's he going to find $15.3 billion? So you see, look, he sits on a pressure cooker. And that pressure cooker will explode. When it explode, the dollar that they are artificially setting at 11 point. Well, they were doing the same thing when the dollar was 11. Look, the dollar can easily, in fact, tomorrow, the Bank of Ghana can set the dollar at 10.3. It is not any scientific. The same way it went to 11.9, that they bring it to 11.0. The same way they can take it to 10.4 because it is not based on any scientific fact. They are just playing with the numbers. The point I'm making is that they went with the rental car and promised low cost of living. Ghanaians today don't have low cost of living because look, electricity prices have gone up over several percentages. School fees have gone up over several percentages. General things in life, even pay. Do you know you drive, right? You drive. You have a car.
Yes, a very small one.
To pump your tire. You know, before you can pump your tire for 1 cedi. Now it's 4 cedis.
It's 5 cedis, I think.
Thank you.
No, I don't remember how much it was in
it was 1 cedi. It was 1 cedi before.
I don't think so.
I'm telling you.
2024.
Yes, to pump your tire was 1 cedi.
Oh, Mali.
Now it's 5. I'm telling you, why would that Mali? It's 5 cedis.
Sure?
I'm telling you.
I'll go to my vulcanizer.
Go and find out. Ask your vulcanizer. And it's even worse in cantonment.
There are some words you've used in your submission a few minutes ago that I want to use to introduce my next topic. You said pressure cooker.
Mm-hmm.
What did you say? You said 2027.
You have no option but to go to the international market and raise money.
So pressure cooker, 2027, something will explode.
Yes.
You know what's going to explode?
What's going to explode?
The new patriotic party will explode in July 2027 because you're on a pressure cooker, according to Kennedy Agyapong.
No. That pressure cooker will be diffused. Let me tell you why it will be diffused.
You see, July 2027.
No, I know what my Uncle Ken said.
July.
Yes, I know what my Uncle Ken said. And I think there was a lot of anger in his voice, right? And I think for me, where he lost all of us is when he said MPP4.
At least this one, he didn't say MP4 Muye Jimmy for like
well, that's fine, but those are things in the past.
But he said he will show you.
You see, that's fine. But you see, I think that there was a lot of anger.
You should be scared. He's holding.
No.
Because he said he has
but let me give you one better.
Yes.
You know, in Chi, we say that Okomfua Osikrobe Otimubi. You know why the Ekrofono? Do you know exactly? I was going to that. You know why Ekrofono? They say Otimubi. If the sentence was that Sanka Okomfua Osi Obesekro and Kiamane Intina Krumho.
Okay, so this one is just prediction.
Thank you. What I'm trying to explain to you is that if you come out and say you have a problem with individuals in the party we're all part of. You see, we're all part of MPP. There are people in MPP are not happy with me, and there are people I'm probably not happy with. But we all meet and we are cordial because it's an association that brings us together. We'll meet on platforms and stages that we probably don't want to see each other, but we'll greet and go and sit and do a bit and go. In the name of what? The umbrella, the MPP party.
Don't say
Can
umbrella.
You imagine? I was going to use the umbrella.
It means that Justin Kodia Frimpong, please withdraw his membership. Withdraw his membership. He's an NDC.
All under the bigger body of MPP, right? Now, if you look at, if I have a problem with somebody in the party, I would basically deal with that person. And I keep giving this advice to a lot of people on MPP platforms. When people have individual problems, they tend to blame the party. And I think it's wrong. So my Uncle Ken was not happy, or he is not happy with Abronye. He's not happy with a lot of people, right? Coca and the names that he mentioned.
Coca talked about his head.
Well, that's fine. But you know the funny thing, I'll get to that in a minute, but let me make my point. But you see, when you have individual problems, I'll probably listen to Uncle Ken and basically side with him over maybe somebody, right? If Mifu said what he's saying make more sense to me, right? And we will now sit and say, Masa, what you did, you didn't do, I apologize to Uncle Ken. But when Ken immediately now makes that statement, MPP4, then at that point, all our phones started ringing. The young ones can't sleep. The young ones are worried that, at least there were 23% of MPP4 that voted for Ken in the 31st election. 23%, right? About 53%, about 53,000 or something, 45,000 or something, 45,000 and change that voted for him. So your MPP4 includes our 45,000 that you are saying that you're going to show them down in July.
Maybe when he says MPP4, he's referring to the leaders, the executive.
No. You can't. MPP4 is MPP4.
No, but
it's Chi.
What's your profession?
I'm an engineer by education.
In law, when they say a company, they are referring to the directors. So when he says MPP4, he's referring to the leaders.
We will need further and better.
Chairman Buti and to who is the lowest rank?
We will need further and better particulars. But you see, as it stands, as you rightfully said, everybody feels that there is an incoming Armageddon, right? Where if nothing is done, we are going to have. But my point is this. The party is going to nip it in the bud before we get to next year. Really and truly, I hope.
How would you do that?
Okay, so there are elders in the party. And all the elders in the party have taken note of the happenings. I mean, my phones are ringing from the various grassroots people who have my number. And I'm sure all the other elders' phones are ringing. I'm not an elder, nowhere near that. But the elders who are there as the people that we need to steer the affairs of the party, I'm sure their phones are ringing. There's going to be a meeting this coming Thursday. I don't know if that topic is tabled, right? But for nothing at all, I think that if nothing happens between now and September, because we are going to have the constituency election, the regional election, the national election. If nothing happens between now and the new executive taking place, the first order that they have to deal with is to deal with the MPP4 and threat by Kennedy. They have to deal with it.
You think it should be dealt with?
The issue should be dealt with.
The issue should be dealt with.
100%. It should be dealt with.
What should happen to the issuer of the issue?
He should be called to the table and basically listen to the grievances and basically find. Because look,
should he be fired from the party?
I think that is far off. I don't think there should be anything like firing.
He should be suspended, or his mouth should be sealed.
Hold on. It's an association. Everybody joined by their own will. If you join with your own voluntary will, then abide by the rules. If you can no longer abide by the rules, by the same way you voluntarily join, you voluntarily go. It's very simple. So he should abide by the rules of the party. Everybody in MPP today are fighting one common enemy, and it's the NDC.
The rules of your party says you should speak truth to power. He's speaking truth to your leaders. He's saying that people are not doing a good job.
Okay, Chief. You know there are families of 10. A mother, a father, and 8 siblings in one house. There could be cases where probably the youngest sibling is not talking to the father, but the father will still pay his fees, right? There could be arguments in the house, but at no point would any of the kids say that they are leaving the house. They will fight among themselves. So the MPP family is a family that we will fight among ourselves, but nobody leaves. We will stay and resolve our issues. But the minute one person goes out and threatens the fold, that's where the problem starts. And what Ken did was that he issued a threat to the entire MPP.
I saw your video that you did on this matter, and you say that you think that there are some older people in the party who are behaving in a way that the young people appear to be toiling in vain.
Yes.
So you're saying that the young people in the party should be allowed to run things? Is that what you're saying?
No, the young people are working very hard. The young people can do things that the older ones cannot do. The energy the young people have, we can underestimate it for victory in 2028.
Are you
they form over 90% of this party. So we cannot take their toil in vain. So if the young people, the only hope they have, a lot of people have been sacked. The man in the rental car that went and talked to the girl and gave him fake promises came in and sacked all the house help and everybody in the house, sacked everybody. A lot of people who had jobs,
they learned from you.
Well, that's fine, but a lot of people who had jobs before 2025 are all been sacked. They are home. And my brother, Dr. Baumia, has promised that all the people that were unlawfully dismissed will get their job back. So these people have only one hope for MPP to come to power.
But you see, the problem for you is that for you, even when you empower, you're sacking the people. You sacked toll booth attendants. They were disabled people who were taking care of toll booths. You sacked them, didn't give them jobs. You didn't post nurses. You didn't post teachers. Everybody was demonstrating and complaining. Bank people, you sacked them. They went
never sacked bankers.
Oh, you collapsed the banks. So
no, the banks were already insolvent.
You sent all of them home.
Omaru, the banks were already insolvent.
In fact, when I was doing eyewitness news the past 2 or 3 years, every time there's a group of either Black Shield, then the customers are complaining, the workers are complaining. So you didn't sack the people when you're in office.
That's fine. To do a table, tit for tat, right? Nurses that were getting jobs under the MPP and nurses not getting jobs today. Nurses who are listening can call in and tell you what they will prefer. Teachers will tell you what they prefer. Nurses and teachers, youth unemployment is at its high now. MPP within 8 years MPP in its 8 years employed more nurses, employed more teachers, and there was plan with Agenda 111 to put in place 60,000 allied health workers, including about 30,000 nurses. Today, the NDC have abandoned the nurses. So another example of the guy who came in a rental car and lied to the girl.
Moving forward, this Kennedy Agyapong matter, you think that he should be dealt with?
No, I think the issue should be dealt with.
But he's
a grown. No. You see, there are two different things. When you say you have to deal with an individual, it's different from dealing with the issue. No, it's two different things.
If I insult you, will you deal with the insult?
No, it depends. It depends if you are my. No, hold on. If you insult your father. Right? If you insult your father,
my father will deal with me. He will lash me.
Thank you.
Good.
That's the bit exactly. But if you are in association with a friend, with
a father.
No. That's what I'm saying. That is why your father will deal with you. That's why I'm giving you that instance.
Okay.
We can't deal with Kennedy because he's our Penny. So we can't say you're going to deal with him. No,
so if Penny he has said something I don't like,
but it's in the realm of our respected background of culture.
You are afraid to say that.
No, I'm not afraid at all. How am I afraid? No, because I'm respectful. In our culture, in our Kan culture, we can't say that. They're going to deal with Penyini. How dare you?
No, Penny 4 will
No,
deal with him,
you
not
can,
you.
no. But the matter will be dealt with. If the matter is resolved and he is not happy, it's an association. Then he will make a decision. But don't say that we're going to deal with him. No, it's disrespectful.
If he makes a decision to leave, can the party survive his exit?
100%. Nobody is bigger than MPP.
Some
Nobody is bigger than any political party. Look, I give you from day one. Busitano left, NDC survived.
That's
Obeda someone left. Hold on, let me give you. Obeda someone left.
NDC is
hold on.
NCP.
Obeda someone left, NDC survived. The founder, Kennedy left, NDC survived.
Kennedy is not founder.
Hold on. So let's come to MPP. Until 3 years ago,
No,
if you ask until 3 years ago, hold on.
Wait. Kennedy is not founder of NDC.
Are the Rollinses not the founders of the MPP? The NDC?
Rollins is the founder of the
Well, the Rollinses are the founders of NDC.
Rollinses.
So
Kimathi
the
Rollins
mother, you and I are one. Under the Rollinses, the father, the wife, and husband are one.
So Kimathi
You cannot
Rollins
have you can have a Jerry John without a successful woman behind him. And the 31st December woman and all the Baranda boys and girls and all that was Konedu. So you cannot have Jerry John without Konedu.
So the Dankwa Buzia Dombo tradition is founded by Mrs. Dankwa and Mrs. Dombo. And
Well,
Mrs.
they are integral part. When they go out,
founded- so Mrs.
when
Buzia-
they came out. Hold on, when they went
Mrs.
and came
Buzia
out,
founded
the
the-
Buzia family, the Dombo family, and all the families are integral part. That is why today, when somebody says that Dr. Baumia Badaben, we look at him and think that, hold on, the family, Dr. Baumia's father was the deputy secretary of the deputy to Dombo at the time, right? So you can't differentiate. Let's stick to that. Now that you brought it up, let's stick to that. You cannot take away the successes of the family from the leader of the family. But the point I'm trying to make is,
so Konedu is not the founder of NDC.
well, that's fine. The Rollinses are. So I
Rollins
would say,
didn't leave the
but they
NDC.
booed them. Do you know that they booed in Kumasi Sports Stadium when Jerry John and Konedu entered the Kumasi Sports Stadium? They booed them.
Was it Kumasi or Sunyani?
Kumasi Sports Stadium. They booed them
For what event?
for the one that when His Excellency Atamils died and
That was Sunyani.
Kumasi Sports Stadium.
And when
Kumasi Sports Stadium.
Or maybe just a few people booed.
They booed too. They booed them.
But-
look, let me tell you something. See, let me tell you something.
Okay, good.
The
So now tell me people who left in your party.
the MPP. We had the Rekubrobe. The party survived.
Rekubrobe, UGM.
Rekubrobe, yes.
He came back and said,
Yes, but I'm saying that the party survived. The
Okay.
party did not go anywhere,
Tarzan.
right? Now, we had no other person but His Excellency Alan Chamatin. Alan was the formidable person in MPP. Even 4 years ago, if you ask anybody who are the future leaders of MPP, the first person anybody will mention was Alan Chamatin, Honorable Alan Chamatin. He left.
Nothing has happened.
Oh, even Cheddar got more than him.
Oh. Why are you laughing at the man?
No, but Cheddar is the truth. Cheddar got more than him.
But
It tells you that. Listen,
but
hold on. Let me tell you something. It is an example. Go and look at the Ashanti March for Alan. Go and look at that video.
The crowd.
Huge. To the eye can see.
Yellow.
The when he was in MPP. Forget the when he left. When he was MPP, he did an Ashanti March for Alan.
I'm referring to the yellow.
No,
one.
I'm talking about the MPP one.
Okay.
But when he left, you see,
crowd was so huge.
there is this social experiment in New York. There's a man who plays symphony. And when he plays in symphony, he plays in theaters, you can't get tickets. The rich, the billionaires in New York buys that ticket. They took that man and put him in the subway in New York to play the same symphony. Whilst he was playing, nobody gave mind to him. Only one person recognized him and put $1 in his cap. Do you know what that means?
It means that
Your importance is with the company you keep.
so you can go and bend the
Well, I'm not saying that, but the point I'm making is that no single person is bigger than MPP or NDC. You see, people don't give those two political party credit enough. The human capital that the NDC have, the human capital that the MPP have, trust me, I will sit with my uncle Kennedy anytime, any day and beg him to stay. But if we can't reconcile and he's very peeved and he wants to go, he would not collapse MPP. I can assure you that.
I think this is a point to end the discussion on.
Thank
It's been nice having you around.
Thank you. But you see, one of the things you didn't let me conclude on
Is what?
is when that man bring the rental car and
Which
they
man
came,
are you talking
the NDC now. Where they have now done the Ghanaians the 419.
I've told you that if the rental man was deceptive, you wouldn't have been defeated in the manner that you were defeated, to the extent that you are insignificant in the House of Parliament.
Well, that's
in fact,
fine.
Parliament can run 24 hours.
The world
hours.
is full of experiences and events, and when it happens to you, you take note and move on. We've taken note of what has happened, and we're going to come very stronger under the able leadership of the Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
Have you seen the latest Musa Dankwa polls?
I don't do Musa Dankwa. I don't do Musa Dankwa. Please don't start that conversation.
Then that's why you
I don't
lost,
do Musa
because
Dankwa.
you didn't listen to him.
I don't do Musa Dankwa.
He said you were going to pay, and you paid.
Please, bro, I don't do Musa Dankwa. Let's leave it there.
He said
it's a good note to stop to end this conversation.
Thank you so much for
Omaru, thank you very much. Nice having you.
Wish all your
Thank
best.
you.
That's Kojo Nsafo Apoko. He's energy analyst and a member of the New Patriotic Party. This is